Morning.
Can you guys in the chambers hear me? This is Amanda. Can you hear me in the chambers?
Yes.
Okay, can you have Zach talk into his microphone just as a sound check for me?
There's a little button down here too, Zach. See, right on. I'm gonna have to turn it on. You see it? Yes.
Check.
Yep, we can hear you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, October the 1st. I would like to thank everyone who has joined us for the meeting this afternoon. My name is Trippy Congo. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Wilmington Cable, Video, and Telecommunications Commission. Again, I'm Trippy Congo, President of City Council and Chair of the Cable, Video, and Telecommunications Commission. First, I would like to do a roll call of all of our committee members. Commissioner Darby, Commissioner Fields, Commissioner Fields, thank you. Commissioner Cabrera, Commissioner Cabrera, Commissioner Taveras,
Here.
Commissioner Williams,
Here.
Kelly Williams, I'm sorry, Commissioner Kelly Williams, Commissioner Rago,
Here.
Commissioner Terrence Williams,
Here.
and Commissioner Steparo.
Present.
I'll circle back for Commissioner Darby, Commissioner Cabrera, and Commissioner Kelly Williams. I would also like to acknowledge the other panelists that are here for the meeting. Daniel Walker, City Council Chief of Staff, Marshall Bassnight, Senior Legislative Advisor and CFO for City Council, Wendell Roston, Station Manager, Robert Markopoulos, please forgive me if I mispronounce your name, from Ray Clay, ATV, Ivan Thomas from DETV, and John Stant, Assistant Facility Solicitor. So if you all can take a few moments just to review the minutes from our June 6th Cable, Video, and Telecommunications Commission meeting. I would like to accept the motion to adopt the minutes from that meeting from June the 6th. On the question, I believe we need a second.
Second.
On the question, it's been moved and seconded, and the minutes have been adopted. There will be 3 presentations this afternoon. After each presentation, the public will have an opportunity to give their input. I would ask that everyone please use the hand icon if you would like to comment or ask a question. For news business, Wendell, if you can please provide an update on the station's programming, including staffing levels.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wendell Ralston, Station Manager of WITN. And just gonna give a update on our programming and staffing levels for WITN. Give me a second here. Okay, our presentation. Hold on. I'll make sure got the right one. Okay, so I'm gonna first talk about the programming that WITN has. They are in a few different categories of programming that we have for the station, and I'll touch on each category. First one that I want to talk about is the main charge of WITN is to air the city council meetings, committee meetings, meetings such as the CBT commission meeting that we're currently in right now. That's what we are charged to do, and as a result, that accounts for the bulk of our programming. And we also provide a platform for the president and city council members to touch on topics of interest for the city. And for the president, that's the weekly address, and that is filmed on a mostly weekly basis. We might miss a week here or there, just depending on timing. But that is the president's platform to get information out to the public. Likewise, for council members, there is 2-minute drill in which they have the opportunity to talk about topics of interest, as well as give updates as far as events and happenings in the city. And that pretty much touches on the government level programming that we have here at the station. I want to touch on some of the on the community programming that we do provide. And we provide that mostly under the 22 News brand. And 22 News, we try to tell in-depth stories that pertain to Wilmington. And featured here is the Festival Hispano that happened a couple weeks ago. And this is a feature that our staffer, Amanda Robbins, produced. I'll turn up the sound. Everybody hear that?
In partnership with the City of Wilmington and Nuestras Raíces, local radio station Maxima 104.1 held their very first Festival Hispano Wilmington at Tubman Garrett Park on the riverfront. Started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week, Hispanic Heritage Month was officially extended in 1988 and is celebrated from September 15th through October 15th each year, highlighting the histories, cultures, and influence of Americans with Latin roots. Features of the brand new festival included carnival games, vendors, traditional and Latin-inspired foods, music, and dancing.
Everyone and every family is very, very excited to be here.
Kevin Andrade, event director and president and CEO of the Voice Radio Network, which includes Maxima 104.1, says it's fantastic that the festival's kickoff year was met with such enthusiasm by the Wilmington community as a whole.
We wanted to let people know, the American community know who we truly are. You know, we want you to know that we are really proud to be Hispanics, but also proud to be in America. We are the first Latino station in this area in many, many years. So we're really proud to serve not just the Hispanic community, but every single person and business that we want to be part of the Hispanic community.
For many in Wilmington, the festival was a place for families, pets, friends, and vendors to come together to enjoy the rich cultural scene in celebration of Hispanic Americans.
For me, it is immense pride. That is what I feel when I get to be here celebrating with my brothers and sisters from all walks of life, from all the different Latin American countries. And not only that, the people that have come to enjoy and celebrate the culture with us. So we learn about the different cultures, languages, the food, the music, and the art of the people who live among us.
Reporting from Wilmington, this is Amanda Robbins, 22 News.
So that is a little example of the coverage that we provide with 22 News. I will I would be remiss if not to mention Saquon Stimson also provided additional photography and drone footage for that particular piece as well. And to add to our 22 News brand, we also do 22 News on the scene. This is a platform that we use to provide residents live coverage of press conferences, ceremonies, and give them an opportunity to experience those events as if they were there. We do broadcast live on our Facebook and YouTube platforms using our TerraDeck technology, and then we rebroadcast those programs on our Comcast station. In addition to our 22 News content, we do also do Need to Knows. And these are quick updates that we provide to residents on changing guidelines and regulations. Mainly, we've been using it for during the COVID pandemic to update residents on guidelines. And then most recently, we had coverage or updates regarding Hurricane Ida and in the aftermath. And our staffers, McKaylin Austin and Saquon Stimson, were out there to get a lot of this footage.
It's I got a whatchamacallit. On screen display? Look, what's what I got.
I'm gonna mute Ivan there. We have sights and sounds as well, and it gives residents a taste of parades, festivals, ceremonies. Here, we highlighted the dedication for the memorial site for the three firefighters that passed away as a result of the Lakeview fire 5 years ago. And in addition to all the content that we create, we do partner with the different departments in the city to do PSAs or informational programming. Here we were tapped by the finance department to do a PSA regarding the utility assistance program. So that's the programming that we provide here at WITN. And I'm just going to touch on some of our social media numbers. And this wasn't reflected in the presentation that was given to council staff, but I just want to make a note of that. Right now, our Facebook page currently has 6,334 followers. That's an increase of 1,104 followers for the year. Usually we set a goal for about 1,000 new followers a year, and we have surpassed that goal. All credit to Saquon Stimson there. Some of our September numbers, our reach was 65,749. That's up by 45% compared to August. Our post engagement is 14,126. Again, up from August. And in addition to being a top performer on our Facebook, the dinner on block coverage that we had was our top performers in both Facebook and Instagram. Touching on Instagram, we have almost 2,000 followers there, and our reach is 2,800. And quickly, YouTube, we got almost 2,700 subscribers to our channel, and we have over 2.1 million minutes viewed on our channel. And that's the lifespan of the whole entire channel from when it started. Now, I just want to touch on our staffing levels here. At the beginning of the 108 session, we had a total of 8 positions. Due to budgetary considerations, we have since deleted one producer position and one digital and web content coordinator position. And that brings our total staffing levels to 6, or positions, I should say. So, yes, Chief of Staff.
Yes, this is Chief of Staff Walker. I just want to layer on with the budgetary considerations, the deleting of the producer and the digital position resulted in over $100,000 in savings for WITN's operating budget.
Okay, thank you. And in addition to those deletions, we are proposing that we downgrade 2 positions, one being the deputy station manager position that was vacated on July 11th. And in addition, we're going to we plan to downgrade the a senior producer position that it vacates as of tomorrow. And as a result of those proposed changes, here's a breakdown of the budgetary impacts to those changes, and we're looking at a cost savings of a little over $48,000. So as of right now, this is our current organizational chart. We have 2 senior producer positions. The one that will be vacated tomorrow. We plan to downgrade that to a producer position, as well as we have 2 producer positions, in which one will be a position that we be downgrading the deputy station manager position from, as well as a social media coordinator. So starting tomorrow, we will have a staffing strength of 3 members, which is half of our planned 6. We are currently looking to fill one of the senior producer positions, the one that was vacated in January. This position has been posted, and we will start vetting candidates once we get to a sufficient level for our applicant pool. And in addition to our the staff that we have at WITN, we also utilize freelancers. We currently have 4 freelancers that are actively being used. 2 primarily work in the control room for council and committee meetings. And also, I do want to touch on, in addition to the council and committee meetings that we do for the city, we also do council and committee meetings for Newcastle County. So that is part of our programming as well. And back to freelancers, we have one that is primarily out in the field to cover events, and then we have one that we utilize for both for meetings and for field out in the field. We are currently looking to expand our pool, and we have posted the freelancer position. So we're also vetting candidates to fill out our freelancer pool. So that pretty much covers our updates for WITN and President Congo Commission. I'll open it up for questions.
Thank you, Wendell. We do have a question or comment from Commissioner Maria Carrera.
Hello, good day to all. Yes, my question was, since we do have these positions available, I personally don't have, almost fell on my chair. don't have the job descriptions, but maybe is that something that we can assist by sharing on our Facebook pages? Is it on our Facebook site or anywhere that we can just easily share as commissioners and as members of council so that we can get, a greater pool of people to apply? And just want to say as well, the presentation was wonderful, great coverage, and I see WITN and the diversity of the programming, and we're really getting out there in the community. So I'm very happy to see and pleased with our outreach efforts. So I do want to commend the work that everyone is doing and congratulate you as well, Mr. Ralston, on your leadership role in your position. So just wanted to make those comments and let us help you get the word out so we can get a great diverse team working with us and continuing to present this amazing programming. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Cabrera. And absolutely, we have posted the position on the city website as well as our social media platforms. We have reached out to various job search sites as well to try to aggregate candidates for that position as well as the freelancer position. And I believe that the position will close next week, but if we don't have a sufficient applicant pool, we will repost the position.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Chief of Staff, Daniel Walker.
Yes, I do want to share the job descriptions for both the senior producer and the freelance roles were circulated to all council members, but we can certainly make sure that we get them to all the CBT commissioners as well.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Fields.
Thank you, Commissioner Congo. I just want to say I have two things. This is just a comment. The first thing is I would like to congratulate everyone that's down there in WITN. They're working well together. I do appreciate the hard work that they're putting in. I like the communication that they are doing with the council members and how they're working with the chief of staff to make sure that us as council members, we're doing what we need to do to get the information out to the community. And I think that the president's weekly address is awesome because it gets that word out there to the community. So I think they're doing a good job. My one question is, did the numbers increase of the programming? I think I missed that. Did the numbers increase? When did they increase at all this time around?
Based on our monthly social media numbers, and that's really the only way that we can measure engagement. Our numbers are up on our Facebook platform, which is the our social media platform that we lean on the most. We also utilize Instagram, which is one that we focus on to a lesser extent, but the numbers are even there based on our monthly numbers. But again, based on our Facebook numbers, our engagement is up.
Okay, and my next question, interns, are you utilizing interns right now, or do you consider using interns from any HBCU, from any of the colleges in Wilmington, where somebody's taking mass communication? Have you thought of seeing if somebody wanted to do an intern until we can get those positions filled?
Absolutely. We have had interns down here at the station in the past. We will be working on an internship program. It's been a little bit of a struggle because of COVID-19 in being able to have people here and just just to be honest, in regards to the impact of COVID-19, our students are a little bit behind, but as we do start to ramp operations back up, we definitely would consider bringing on interns, and we have in the past. Again, we have actually one of the freelancers that we utilize right now, Monique Harmon, intern with us. So there is opportunity for that growth for intern to move upwards into paid positions.
Okay, and one more, can I just make one more thing, Commissioner Congo?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Have you considered, when you do use freelancers, have you considered making sure that they know, like if they're going to cover something in specific districts, or specific events wherever a council person is, just to make sure that they know who's in there, or just like, not I want to say like a point of contact, but just to say, hi, my name is Joe, I'm the freelancer, whatever, you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes when you have the freelancers, some of the council members and some of the at-large members really don't know who's who. So, we think that WITN isn't there, and they're there. Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely fair. It has been a struggle to have the opportunities to have those face-to-faces, so that everybody knows everybody. The pandemic is a little bit to blame. I haven't gotten the chance to meet every single council member and commissioner face to face during this period of time. So definitely, we do tell our freelancers to make sure that they identify themselves to council members and to points of contact for different events. They do have identifiers with the WITN logo. But I think this is just a matter of getting more time for those face-to-faces where people will start to really get to know each other. And again, it's going to be a little bit of a work in progress as we start to bring in more freelancers and more new faces here for everybody, just to get acclimated to each other. But I mean, that is definitely fair.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Chief of Staff, Daniel Walker. Was your hand still
Yeah,
raised?
just to add a few components to this. To your question, Councilwoman Fields, about the interns, we were in a holding pattern for a while. The goal has always been to bring interns on, but we just opened back up council offices on September 1st. So this is our first full month of operation. And so we do plan to pursue that. And with regards to the freelancers identifying themselves, I had a few comments, but Mr. Ralston hit on all the points. I just wanted to make sure you understood why there was a delay on our end.
No worries. Thank you so much. But you guys still do. You guys are doing an excellent job. Just keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Again, I also would like to thank you, Wendell, and your team at WITN for doing an outstanding job. And I want to thank you in advance for keeping up the great work. I know you're going to be shorthanded for a little bit, and I just want to thank you for not missing a beat. You're definitely appreciated.
Thank you so much. And yes, we're there is going to be a little bit of a struggle as our staffing numbers are down, but we're going to continue to provide the best coverage that we can.
All right, thank you. Are there any other comments or questions from committee members? Anyone from the public have any questions or comments? And I know Commissioner Cabrera did give comment, but just want to make sure that she is marked present. All right, thank you again, Wendell.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is an update from the Red Clay Consolidated School District regarding the operations of the Educational Access Channel. And who is here to speak to that?
Good afternoon, Commissioner. This is Robert Markopoulos, I guess the station manager, if you will.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm just going to take you a little bit through our programming update. Not a lot has changed since we've last talked. I mean, we're still doing our shows that we've done on a regular basis. We used to have a show called Red Clay This Month, which we are going through a rebrand to come up with a different name, but still have a new episode as frequently as we can. Like Wendell, we are also dealing with a COVID problem, and with students to have multiple students in close proximity is really not allowed. So we're finding new and inventive ways of how to produce our shows without having to be able to bring guests in and the like. So we're working with it, and we're doing a lot of Zoom shows, and we're trying to come up with new technology to make that happen. So we are still doing, like I said, Red Clay This Month. It'll be something new. By the next meeting, we'll have one episode and a new name for you to bring to you. We are still doing our cooking show. Right now, it's again because of the COVID protocols in schools. We have just one host who is a Red Clay staff member. She's also the Red Clay's nutrition manager and host, and we do that. We try to get a new episode out monthly. We're airing one now, and we're in post-production on our second one. And then we have a slate of 3 or 4 that we'll be shooting in October, or this month. We are in October today. The Good Stuff show we do is basically a variety of different stories that we've pulled in our quarter marking period. So we are doing a new one, which features back to school, a new teacher of the year, some other events, including the education station, which we filmed for Peace Day at Cab Calloway School of the Arts, which we are working on right now. And by we, I mean me. So we are working on that. Our Sunday Storytime show airs weekly from one of our 3rd grade teachers of Balch Elementary. So that is something that's ongoing. We're on season 3, episode 6 of this year. We also are doing a show that is updated weekly from the Educational Impact Academy, and that's a show from one of our principals who does a weekly mindfulness for students and parents, and that has guests from all over the globe. She brings some great content and some great tips for parents, students, educators, the like. And we also have throughout the day tons of shorts, docs, bumpers with collaborations from people who have allowed us to use their content. We do This Day in History that airs daily, SciShow Kids, CNN Student News, as well as This Week in NASA, and so much more. So that is our update on our programming. Some news and noteworthy updates. Last time we spoke, we were in the process of purchasing a new server to broadcast, as ours was original since we started. We have that in-house, and we're on the process of loading the older footage over and getting that online within the next couple of weeks. We were also nominated for 2 Mid-Atlantic Emmys. Unfortunately, we didn't win. And anyone who says that, it's just happy to be nominated, I disagree. So we are also updating the schedule to bring about the latest and greatest. Hopefully this week we'll be done with that. And we are also have emails out to our surrounding schools educators, parents, and teachers for submissions. We're trying to get as much as possible. Again, with the COVID protocols here, it's tough to bring people in. So we're asking everybody to say, hey, what can you do for, are you a YouTube star and you want to share? Do you have ideas? I'm talking to everybody who I know who's either works with children in education, everybody, fitness people, to say, hey, would you like to do a show? So we are striving to do more and get better programming for everyone. We are also currently working on a PSA for Laura's Law, which is the law that is to deter drivers from passing buses. We did a PSA for them before, and we're updating a new one that should shoot in the next couple weeks. And that is about it. Our staffing is me, so we don't have a big staff. So I can address any questions you have. So, and that's about it.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Commissioner Carrera.
I guess my question is that, or my comment is, that's why I haven't been invited to come in to do my cooking. But I will see if I can get, a little YouTube thing going on and find a professional kitchen I can do this in, and I'll submit something. But remember, the offer is still there. And when you call me in, I'll be ready. I'll bring my sofrito and sazon.
I've been asking, trust me, to get you on. You are our next guest in the queue. So
Thank
we'll
you.
wait. As soon as they give me the yes, I will be reaching out to you.
Hispanic Heritage Month would have been perfect. I could have
know.
whipped something up, easy to make at home, so we can all celebrate together with our cuisine.
Well, I might take you up on that YouTube suggestion, so maybe you could submit from home.
Yeah, I could do something simple. Yeah.
That would be fantastic. That
Great.
would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
And good work. Thank you for everything that you're doing. I think the busing, that is so important. I just can't believe that we're still reading in the news about children and people getting hurt or killed because folks are still passing the buses. Like, this is so elementary. It's part of your driver's test. But why am I assuming that people should use common sense, right? But I think that's an excellent piece. We have to keep pushing and educating people about that because our children are in danger and we've lost them because of this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. Good job for the one-man show. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, do any other commissioners have any questions or comments? Does anyone from the public have any questions or comments? All right, thank you again, Robert, and we'll look forward to when Commissioner Maria can finally be on your show so she can prove to us all that she's a real cook.
Looking forward to it, Commissioner. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we're going to have an update from DETV, who is the third-party operator for public access and lease access, including a financial update report. And who is here to speak to that?
Ivan Thomas and Leslie Nutter, my COO, Leslie Nutter. It's my first time introducing her to you wonderful people.
All right, thank you for joining us.
All right, thanks for having us. So starting off right now, we're going to start with our stats. Our stats are increasing daily. We're doing an average of 3 to 5 on Facebook alone, 3 to 5 more people coming on. So we are actually at just a little bit over 13,000 followers on Facebook. Our combined social media is 42,000 active followers. So
Yeah.
that has.
I'm sorry about that. Just want to remind everyone to please keep your microphones on mute.
So that has been stats are just is going through the roof. So we're going to start with programming, lease access programming. We have 8 shows that's lease access that our shows are on Sunday, and that from the Community Crossfire with Storm and Oliver, the Twin B, Spiritual Hour, Marva, Izon Mount Fair, and Bethel. So those are some of the lease access that we provide for the community. Original programming, we have 10 shows that we originally produced, and those are, I'm going to go right here. This is our show, Good Morning Wilmington. right here. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
And you're still going strong. And that's what I admire.
This right here was an episode where Chip Rossi walked in and blessed new LACC and True Access Financial with $200,000 each. What we did, let me just fast forward a little bit.
Van and Maria, they're busy people. Okay. And they're doing a lot of great work. You know that. And man, last week our local market strategies we met as a team. And
Ivan, are you able to adjust the audio? Turn it up a little bit.
No worries. Yep, I got you.
both of them are being recognized as our
That better?
builders for 2021. And,
Yes, yeah, you can hear a little better. Thank you.
Congratulations to both of you. So Van, congratulations to you. Maria, congratulations. So I'll tell you a little bit more.
So that right there, what they wanted to do is they want to do something different. So what we used our platform, reaching over 800,000 homes in the state of Delaware, and live on social media on 5 different social media platforms at the exact same time that went out. So the numbers are still increasing from viewership. So when we coined that around about last March, when the governor came to us and they wanted to get COVID messaging out. So what we've been doing was using that same platform and that same blueprint of information, of distribution of information. So what we started focusing on was getting people's information out to the community at the exact same time. So at a stroke of a button, we can hit more than 500,000 homes and then another 40,000 online. So we got Good Morning Wilmington that we came out. Now, all of our shows, we do this for. That's one of the reasons that we stay touching the community. So that's Good Morning Wilmington. Here is DETV Kids, our kids programming. And I'll just skim through this because I think you saw it before.
Hello, Anessa here from DETV Kids News. And I'm Eliza. This just in, the ever popular red, yellow, and blue, known as primary colors, can be mixed to create secondary colors. You don't say. No, I do say.
So I'm right there.
The first thing I want to ask you about is, how does the sun know to rise and set every single day? So just like the sun every single day rises, so do.
What word begins with the letter K?
Kids.
Kids, like DETV Kids. Good one, right? King. I got another one. Maybe we should jump like a kangaroo.
Our laundry is dry. We get to use our hands and fingers to fold or hang them up. So before we get started, how about we do some stretches to get our bodies ready?
So what I'll do is I'll let Leslie Nutter explain DETV Kids for you in detail.
Hi. Well, DETV Kids Homeschooled is a 30-minute program that we produce from pre-K through 12th grade. Right now, we're working up.
Ivan.
Yes.
It's really, the audio is really low.
Okay, hold on.
On yours is fine, but on hers it's really low.
All right, cool. There you go. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Is that better?
Still.
Got to get closer. Yeah, closer or louder.
How about that? Try that. All right. Go ahead, say.
Okay. Better?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. So Homeschooled is a 30-minute supplemental edutainment program that we produce for pre-K through 12th grade. Right now we're up to 5th grade, and we'll be actually producing another 13 episodes to end the season for the fall into the winter for this year. So look for us about the mid-October through December for the next 13 episodes. So we're actually recruiting educators from around Delaware to come in if they are able to be creative with their curriculum-based programming so that we can tape them and also tape interstitials that are educational as well. So we cover all subject matters: math, STEM, science, art, everything that the school districts provide, we provide through our programming.
And then under that, we have Storybook Corner that we created.
And Storybook Corner is another literacy program for kids that we start out with reading with our storybook lady. And we go into Kid Tales, where stories are told by children from around Delaware, various districts that come in and tell their favorite stories in their own vernacular, completely unscripted. And then we go into Delaware stories. These are Delaware Diaries, Unlocking the Stories of Delaware, where Ashley goes around Delaware and she teaches us about the hidden history nuggets throughout the state.
So that's our kid programming right there. Other shows that we created that that we are really our flagship programming is the DETV News. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's something that we thought that it's time for Delaware to have a 30-minute to an hour-minute block of time just for Wilmington's news. So what we have here is when we covered the flood, and where this was very detrimental and it helped a lot of people. This was live coverage of us out and about in the community, that we were able to send a signal back to the TV station and produce this for the community. It allowed everyone to see the resources that were available, that were given from Reach Riverside and other community centers, so they could get there and get the resources that they needed. So this is what we put out. I'll let you take a listen.
Really, I mean, this is, I don't know if you'll consider this a 100-year flood, but this is the worst I've ever seen it for the city of Wilmington. The amount of debris, the amount of heartache and everything else. But as I said earlier, it's absolutely amazing to watch how the constituents and the residents came together to help each other. The city services, Mayor Przicki and Commissioner Williams literally just allowed Public Works to cut loose and do what we do. And we just worked really hard and working with constituents, and I think everything's coming together nicely.
Leary said he expects crews to continue cleanup efforts for at least another month. Delmarva power crews were back at it today.
All right, so in that news, we also have sports. DTV, we understand that. I remember going and attending Glasgow High School, where it was amazing to see us on Channel 2 for sports. So I created it. So this is a segment that's in the sports, for local sports.
Week 2 of high school football is in the books. Some shakeups, some fantastic games last week, and a lot to look forward to this weekend. We'll start with some of the big games from last week and begin with maybe the biggest regular season football game of the year so far, and maybe the future, between Smyrna and Middletown in the Harvest Bowl. Both teams ranked number 1 and number 2 in Class 3A, and a crowd of over 4,000 at Smyrna for the Harvest Bowl. And those who showed up, they saw a great performance by both teams. The game was tied at the half 14-14, but it was Middletown.
So with the DETV News Sports, it's up and down the state with that. So with this is actually going to be a spinoff, and he's going to have a standalone show called Sports with Nick Alessandrini, and we are about to ink the deal with the amazing Dee Lynham. I hope you guys, sports ladies and gentlemen, remember Dee Lynham. Her dad coached the Sixers when AI was there, so she will be having her sports show here on DETV as well. Other sports shows that we're having is called Fire and Ice. Guys from the East Side, 4 gentlemen from the East Side that all went to Glasgow High School together, are amazing at sports, just sports, from sports memorabilia to remembering who caught the first pass and the first touchdown and the first Super Bowl. So they will be on DETV as well. One of the other shows is the agenda that we're creating right here, and I'll let Leslie explain the agenda to you.
So the agenda is one of our flagship shows along with the news and Good Morning Wilmington. It is a legislative review show, and we cover legislation from local legislation to all the way up to federal legislation, and it's hosted by Kerwin Gaines.
Is Black history the new arena for racial tension in this country, or is it a partisan issue? Supporters say Black history is American history. It should not be segregated. Delaware joins a growing number of states that have passed laws requiring additional Black history in our schools. But Garrett King is an associate professor at the University of Missouri and founding director of the Carter Center for K-12 Black history education. His primary research examines how Black history is interpreted and taught in schools and society. Dr. King has seen an uptick in Black history lessons since the Trayvon Martin murder case. He's also seen a backlash. He believes
I'll just fast forward a little bit.
A curriculum.
People. And if I can pretend like this didn't happen, or if I can continue with my life and not have to stop and deal with these issues, then we'll just keep on moving. And I think that's part and parcel of the conversation. And this.
So that's the agenda. The agenda airs right after the news. And again, when the agenda plays, when the news plays, when all of our programming plays, it plays side by side simultaneously with what's broadcasting and what's on social media. We also have, and we're dropping these in the cooking shows in next week. We're dropping these next week. So whoever wasn't on the call before, we have a kitchen, and I'm gonna go to a live shot of our kitchen inside the studio. That is our kitchen that was donated to us and I see you, Maria. I see you. We got you. We got you. That was our kitchen that was donated to us by Bathroom Kitchen and Tile. And with Dana Herbert, what we do is we created a culinary network of Black, brown, white, just amazing chefs, right? So the idea is to show these local chefs and chefs that are national. Dana just opens his Black book, and we fly them in, and they cook, and it's a go. So we have 4 shows that we're about to drop. One is by 3 shows that we're dropping. Ashley Thayer, who is our health and wellness show. So that's Ashley's show. Health and Self that is just going to be a great show. Here is Chef Ruben, our Indian chef, Indian cuisine. So those are our cooking shows, and we also have Chef Dana coming on with some new shows as well.
So they will start airing next week, Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. every week.
So with that, you can see we've been hard at work. So our total number of employees, full-time employees that we have are
11 full-time staff.
11 full-time, and we have 6 contractors, freelancers. And I needed I needed help so bad. I actually flew the guy in that taught me how to shoot to help us out with programming. So we're, within the next couple of weeks, you'll start seeing some more programming here. Also, one thing that I'm really, really proud about is Christiana Care came to us, and I want to mention some of the partners that we established during this journey, and that is Bank of America, Christiana Care, Comores, Newcastle County Government, the City of Wilmington. You guys over there at City Council have been awesome. Zip Code Wilmington and DART. What was brought to us about 6 months ago was a partnership with Christiana Care and their gene editing department to create shows around sickle cell. And we did it. They gave me total autonomy and total creativity to do such. And when we did it, they called it, so the name of it is called CRISPR, the gene editing tool that will fix the gene that creates sickle cell. And when they came to us, they was like, hey, we need your help to get this to the community. So they gave me, again, total autonomy and creativity to do whatever we wanted to do. The great thing about it reached so many colleges, and Drexel University is one that is picking it up. And so it's just beautiful that, you know, this little station in this little state is doing some amazing stuff. So that's one thing that I definitely wanted to bring up, bring to your attention. We also are in talks with Delaware State University for more interns to come in. I want to give more Black and Brown students the opportunity that we have here to get them more acclimated in mass comm. We are also in talks with DSU for this DETV becoming a residency for students graduating in their senior year to come and get some hands-on experience. Because, you know, like ABC and NBC, only thing that they'll be able to do because it's union is like grab water, but here is more of a hands-on feel. So, and one thing that I want to stress is that when we discovered the ability to go live with TV to keep people intact and keep people communicating and get your messages out there to the community real time, that has been a huge success for the state and for the city of Wilmington. One thing that I do need to do is I need to get over an equipment list to you, because we need to upgrade some of the equipment. You know, for the last year, I haven't asked for anything. I've been just using it out of our own funds. Now we have 2 TV stations, one here on Lancaster Avenue and another one at the IMP building that we use for the news. But here on Lancaster, we need to upgrade like our TriCaster, because it keeps shutting down on us in the middle of productions, and some other things that we need to take this to the next level of production for the city of Wilmington. So I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you right now.
All right, just want to thank both of you for the presentation and all of the awesome work that DETV is doing throughout the state, not just the city of Wilmington, but you all have taken it statewide. So definitely kudos to you and your team, Ivan.
Thank you. And
Ivan,
I also wanted to say, like, it just went off. We have a senior block of time from 12 to 2 every day that shows it's called DETV Classic, right? It could either be Dragnet, I Love Lucy, Ozzie and Harriet, Beverly Hills Billies, Andy Griffin, that the seniors are really happy to see. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we didn't forget the seniors.
Okay, all right, thank you. You mentioned the ability to go live. What are your plans, DETV's plans to bring back live programming to the city? Especially, I guess I'm thinking particularly on Sundays. That was always like almost like the foundation of our senior community to watch the live programming. Do you have any plans to try to bring that back, or?
Oh yeah, most definitely. One thing, we never took it away, you know, but no, it's there. And because what we wanted to do was we wanted to make sure that we had everything in order before we just start there. But we never took it away. It's still available if people want it. But also we got to keep in mind, it takes a lot of work for a live show. So it's there if people want it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Do any other commissioners have any questions or comments? Seeing none, does anyone from the public have any questions or comments? All right, seeing none. Again, thank you both, and thank you to the entire team from DETV for everything that you're doing for our city.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next on the agenda, we're going to have an update from the on the telecommunications attorney regarding cable franchising. Who is here to speak to that?
Excuse me. Good afternoon. Oh, geez. Good afternoon, President Congo and commission members. If this commission recalls, there was an appeal filed in the Sixth Circuit regarding franchise fees. The city uses franchise fees it gets from Comcast to fund the CATV fund. In 2019, under the Trump administration, the FCC amended its definition of franchise fees to include what are called in-kind cable-related contributions that can eat away at the franchise fees that municipalities can collect for granting these franchises. So a conglomerate of municipalities filed suit in the Sixth Circuit. They lost. They moved for an en banc hearing before all of the judges on the Sixth Circuit. That appeal was denied, and a writ of certiorari in the Supreme Court is due November 1st. I will note that the commission was asked for to pay an additional fee to file to kick in for the en banc appeal, and we declined. They needed an answer before the commission could be convened. And as far as I know, the last $20,000 outlay, there hasn't been any additional funds paid out. I spoke to the lead counsel handling the possible appeal. He was more hopeful that with President Biden here, he can appoint a new person to the FCC Board of Commissioners, and hopefully they can revise and submit new rules regarding franchise fees. The city's franchise with Comcast was signed in 2012. It was for 12 years. So it runs through 2024. I haven't seen anything. Nothing's been brought to my attention that, excuse me, Comcast is in any rush to renegotiate or terms of this agreement. From data I could find, franchise fees total about $1 million for the CATV fund. I haven't seen anything on how these in-kind contributions will impact funding. And I do know that there were talks, I know Marshall brought it to my attention that there should be possible discussions with Comcast or whoever the city decides to grant a franchise to in 2024. That's where things stand from a legal standpoint.
Okay, thank you very much. Chief of Staff, Daniel Walker.
Yes, Chair. For in terms of the renegotiating of the franchise agreement, City Council put in the budget for this fiscal year to bring on a possible legal consultant to do that. We are in works now to identify a possible consultant. And as we currently understand it, Mr. Stamp from the Law Department stated it, Comcast does not seem to be in a rush, but these sort of things can take about a year to a year and a half. And so we want to get started as soon as possible to allow enough time for any pertinent negotiations to take place. And so from our end on a council side, we're in the works of identifying possible legal assistance to begin the renegotiation phase.
Okay, thank you. Do any other commissioners have any questions or comments? Seeing none, does anyone from the public have a question or comment? All right, thank you again for the update. At this time, if anyone from the public has any comments overall, any general comments? And seeing none, I just want to thank everyone for joining us for this meeting. If anyone has any feedback, please call us at the City Council office at 576-2140. Again, our number is 576-2140. At this time, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved in second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thank you.